Hello, hello.
We're here.
We are here. I have puppies that may I don't know, they seem to be chilling out over there. So
It's,
hopefully
it
they
feels
will come
yeah,
jump
it's
in.
like COVID. We're together, but far
Heck
away.
not. Right, right. So we had a uneventful road trip, which is always a positive thing. So
Yeah,
not too much craziness going on.
that's good.
So
And when
hello,
did you get home?
hello. We actually got home really, really late last night. We decided to just keep driving rather than stop and
Yeah.
pay for a hotel and just to sleep for a few hours to get up and drive a few more. And he was fine, so we just kept driving. So we got in really late last night, and then we had to go pick up my car. 'Cause the plan had been to pick up the car on the way home, but since we drove through Toledo
Yeah.
at, you know, really, really late, that didn't work. So we had to go back and get it today. So thank you, Miss Shirley. I see my mom is on here. I have to tell her happy birthday. Today's her
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
So yeah. So I'm not too tired, honestly. I'm stuffy. So I know I look like crap. Sorry, guys. But there's a really cool picture. My grandma actually painted that.
How fun.
Yeah.
Is this your,
So
this must be your
this is
living room.
this is my living room.
Yeah.
Yes. No, stop.
I'm like, it's not your sewing room.
It is not. I contemplated going up there. I thought the dogs are just going to follow me anyways, so we'll just stay here. So I am but yes, home safe and it was a lot of fun. The machine is absolutely beautiful, both the limited edition and the regular machine is absolutely stunning. The colors are really, really pretty. I thought I really liked the blue one a lot better, but seeing them both, I don't know, I like them both. They're really
So
pretty.
hard to choose.
It is
Yes.
it's just a gorgeous machine and they have done so many fantastic things. So it was exciting to see it. It's not done, they were just I don't know what you want to call them, demo models or whatever. So like this machine did the stitch regulating and that machine showed the projector, so on and so forth. So they weren't all running everything yet. So they're still working on the software, which is what the delay is. So,
All
but,
right.
it was really, really great and very exciting. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. It's so, so cool. So you get to see it as long as this
Yeah.
works.
So we have a video that Lisa took while she was down there, but the internet wasn't so great. And you might have noticed that if you tried to watch the Angela Wolf video, it definitely left a
It,
little to be desired.
Yeah, and that was my concern. So the video is actually with Angela, which has been fantastic.
Hmm.
It's always nice to be with somebody that you know. But they said that it had been an issue, so we decided to record it rather than try to stream it live from the hotel. So you get to see it for the first time now.
All
So
right. So let's bring it on the screen and see if we can get it to play. All right.
oh,
Here we
Hi,
go.
this is Lisa from LaBou Sewing Center. I'm here with Angela Wolf, brother, educator, and ambassador. She's absolutely awesome, and she's going to show us all of the wonderful new things, well, some of the wonderful new things about our new avenue.
There's so much that we can't cover it all, but let's pick our 4 favorites.
I
Well, I got 5, kind of. 5 favorites.
Sounds great.
So how many photos do you have on your phone?
Oh, Lord. Thousands.
I love all those.
Thousands. My daughter just got married, so there's a couple.
Okay, so check this out. This is a rose. I'm going to come this way.
Yeah.
This is a rose that literally was on my phone.
Yep.
And I sent it to the machine. I just sent it for USB, but you can also go Wi-Fi
Sure.
or through PE
So
design.
both works.
Yeah, and then guess what? It turned it
It
into.
creates stitches.
But not only that, you know on Instagram where you can take a photo and you can scroll through all those
Yeah, your
filters?
filters. Yeah.
Check this out. So, this is a
Here's
rose
your
that I
rose.
brought in.
Yep.
You can change the shape, make it bigger, wider, just like normal. I'm not going to waste your time on a lot of those. You'll play later. Remove the background. Here, you can actually change the size by doing this as well. Turn the backgrounds like this. All these different options. Click OK. And then This is how you tell what hoop you're gonna use. Okay, so that makes it kind of nice. Then you'll know what size. Let me hit cancel there.
It's in inches.
Oops.
I know how to read inches.
I went back.
Too far.
Too far. Okay, let me go back. Go in and in. Next. Sorry, I get so excited.
All good. So here's your filters.
Look at this. Look at all of these. So as you scroll, it'll tell you underneath what it is.
What type of filter it's going to apply.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you a preview of the look too, right?
Really cool.
So let's just pick one.
Works for me.
And it'll just take a couple minutes. And while that does that, let me take you over here because I'm sure you probably have quilters.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's hop on over here to quilters. While that's loading, it'll load. It won't even take very long. In fact, I thought it would take much longer, but it's not. So, all right.
That's all right.
So on here, here's the settings for stitch regulator. You've got 3 different settings. So what is the stitch regulator? It's a totally different foot. Okay, wait. Look at the rows. Squirrel. Isn't that beautiful? I know I couldn't help it.
It's
It shows
okay.
up.
It is so pretty.
And then when you send that to embroidery, you can still change the colors.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, back to
And that was a preview screen too. So if you see it and you're like, oh, let's play with something else, you can
Yeah.
preview what all of the different styles would
different
be,
one.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Okay, so this is the foot, and I'll put it down here so you can see it. So remember the move it foot. We still have that,
Yep.
but this one's different, but it still plugs in the back like the move it foot. That's why I kind of do a comparison. There's 3 different feet, and all you have to do is clip this right here, push in, it comes out. So easy. You can switch
That's-
these in just a second. I have a different
You
foot
can
on
do
here.
that with the needle on. You don't have to, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be off the machine. You can do that
Nope.
right there.
Here's one right here. If I want to take it off, I just take it off like this.
And slide it right back in, whichever tip you want. You get 3 different feet with that foot.
3 different feet that come with the machine, and then we have 3 different modes. So the first one is their intermittent mode. I'm getting better. That word,
It's,
I
it's a
don't know.
word, right? I mean, there's a few letters in that one. So this is the stops when you stop, starts when you start
Yes.
mode.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have the continuous mode, which is straight stitch and zigzag. Both of those were straight stitch and zigzag. You see this button here? You can make that foot higher. Maybe you're using a really
You
high
have
quilt.
a high loft batting
Yes.
or something. Mhm.
And then here, number 3, this one is the basting mode, which is so
This
fun.
is great.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a big basting stitch, or
It
it
is.
can be a big basting stitch. So
Yeah.
you've got quite a bit of
Yes.
manipulation that you can use that for, whether you're just combining things,
Yeah.
whether you're not going to even use the stitch regulator for quilting, you can use it for basting.
I know. And then what about these guidelines? Look in here. This is the main. I know.
I like the circles.
This is the main. And then go to sub. And here's the echo mode she's talking about. Look at this. I click it here and look, it shows up here. So you're
So
not
you can use that as
limited.
your echo,
Yeah, you're not limited to the foot size now. And also,
and that's resizable.
I can change this. Look, I'm making it bigger. So it'll just take a second and then it'll just
And it'll
show
change
bigger.
over there. So you can use that with whatever range that you want for going around your embroidery designs or
Yeah.
whatever it is that you're trying to echo.
So there's that one. That's a little different. We still have a grid.
So like your pencil quilting, that kind of thing, you can use that.
And then here's the angles. Now this is different. So in the angles, you actually have all of these different ones now.
This is amazing.
Even going to the back to the right. So do you notice that those laser lights are 2 inches behind the needle and they come all the way over here?
So they come back plus over here.
And if you can't see those very well, look how many color changes we have now for the lines. All 16. So let's just pick red to see what that looks like. And it changed that one to red. So in all of these you can move. You can make them wider, further back. You have all those settings, of course. So you know why you can do all that?
Because of the new projection.
Yes, come on over.
This is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I love my projector on my Luminaire and I use it all the time. So when I found out this was going to be 5 by 8, I literally, I think, danced a jig. I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it makes all of the projects so much better because
Okay,
you
so
can see it all.
you got to take a closer look in here. So
Okay.
you've got your stylus. See this little icon here?
Yeah.
So you know with the Luminaire, which we loved this, but if you changed anything on here, you would do it on the screen.
You had to exit out, go into the edit
the
features,
yep.
turn the projector back on after you did
Yes.
your editing.
And so with decorative stitches and things like that, we had the
We did.
settings right here. Well, now the settings for embroidery are right here.
That's just awesome.
So I can move this by just touching, just like
And
we
you
do
can
with the
see
decorative
your ice
stitch.
cream cone move.
I can see it just kind of squeezing up. See that? There he goes.
But that's not all you can do here.
No, you can do so much more here. And you can move this little box around. Here we go. Scroll through the different things. I want the box over here. Fine, move it over here. You want it over here, move it over there. It's whatever you want. Here's again the icons to move stuff. And then if you don't want any of that, then just turn it off. Well, it doesn't really turn it off. It actually brings
like
it down to the
minimizes
corner.
it down to your corner.
Yeah,
Right.
And you could actually turn it off if you want to. But all of these different things for embroidery, I love it.
And it will resize, it will move, and it will rotate
Yes,
all
right
right there using your stylus.
Yes.
That's just absolutely awesome.
I know.
So cool.
That's crazy. Did you hear the machine talk? I heard the machine talk.
I have heard it.
We'll get there in a minute.
It's a pretty neat thing, and with all of the features that we have in that have so many instructions,
Yeah.
I think that it kind of takes the fear out of some of that. If there's literally somebody saying what to do, not having to read it.
Right,
So
right.
cool.
I know, it's fun. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second.
Okay.
What about garment sewing, which I love to do? You not just for garments, but
Well, I mean, you can do pillows and deco and different things with buttonholes, and I certainly have added a button to different pillows and things like that. I used to make a lot of clothes. Don't make as many, but I have a lot of your patterns. But I saw this and I was like, I might actually start making shirts again.
Yeah,
Because
so
holy cow, is this
I'm
so
gonna
easy?
sneak by you on here to
I'll
show
just
you
switch
this.
around.
You can see the buttonhole right there. Look at that. Okay, there's
The
more.
carriage of the embroidery.
Did you hear that? The carriage of the embroidery. I've got my friend over here setting up the voice for us. I love that. Okay, so there's your
sneak
buttonhole. And if I put this down and spread this out, watch what happens to the button. Boom. It changes
Boom.
to whatever I change it to. So that's just one thing. When this is up, again, you get all of these settings where you can change your buttonhole right here and see what it looks like.
So when I first heard that the buttonhole was going to be projected, I thought it was just going to show us the buttonhole. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is where I'm going to stitch it, which I thought was really great. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
And there's a lot more. It is absolutely amazing what is being projected down.
I know.
The spacing, the edge of your fabric. I mean, this just absolutely.
So I just added the guidelines here, and you can see all the different options you have. Spacing. You can move this edge. This is the edge that you line your fabric up to, either this
like
way
your shirt
or
placket
this
or
way.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, you can change the colors. This is where you would adjust if you want your buttons to go this way or this way. So take a look over here. Look at this. You line up your edge of your fabric right there, and this line moves. So you put
You
it
can
wherever you
adjust
want
it
to.
how big you need that to
Yeah.
be. Yep.
When I put this down, it's ready to go. I'm going to make this really small. I think it's easier to see. So now that it's smaller, you see your next guidelines already. Right
So
there.
the center one is what you're stitching.
Yep.
And then there's one is there one in the back, or does it depend on how close they are?
Well, this is where you line this up here.
Gotcha,
There's not.
okay.
There's another guideline back there, so you know where those
So
buttons
if
are going to go.
if you've stitched one, where to place that
Yes.
to get to the next one to be
Yes.
evenly spaced.
Yep.
Okay.
And then also when this is up, again, you'll get this whole screen here
To make
and
those
use your
adjustments.
stylus, just like we did on the embroidery to do that.
So there's not as much back and forth as we have had.
Everything's there.
Everything's right there.
You know, it's as computers evolve, they got easier, touchscreen,
Sure.
more user friendly. You're not going in and out. That's what they're doing with these, and it's amazing.
You know, it sounds silly, but I'm actually super excited about the wireless mouse.
Oh yes,
That is
the
so cool.
wireless mouse. So we don't have one here.
No, but you know, it's
But-
funny because I did try, because I know they said that it wasn't going to work, but I'm like, I got to try it, right?
Listen to you.
So I
Don't
had to
tell.
try. It was on my own machine. I didn't use the stores or anything. So I was like, if I'm gonna blow it up, I'll blow up my own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't work, but it works on this one. You
Yeah.
can actually have the little USB on
Plug
the
it
side,
into
so
the
you
side.
don't have that cord that you can. It was always in the way, and I was
Yeah.
knocking everything off my tables because my mouse cord. No more.
You know what else though? When you are using your wireless mouse,
hovering?
when you hover over something, it tells you
It
what
tells
it
you what
is.
that button does.
Yeah.
So you no longer have to have them all memorized. I mean, we have an icon chart. We actually this is what
Well,
this one
there's
is,
so
and
much
this is what
more
this
now.
one is. But holy crow! And they have moved things. If you guys notice, the screen is a little different than the Luminaire screen.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly the same.
It's definitely different. You have more room
The
in
icons
here.
are the same,
More room in here.
but
think an inch more.
There's definitely, yeah, so we went from 13.1 to 14.1 throat, which,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's big.
it's the biggest in the industry.
It's big. Okay, but
Go
wait.
big or go home.
It can talk to you. So let me take you right here, and you can turn it on or off because some people
Right.
don't want it on.
Right.
But look at all the different languages. You have a male voice, a female voice, and it just talks to you. And you can test it to see if you like it.
Welcome and enjoy your journey of sewing,
Don't you love
quilting,
that?
and embroidery.
I love it. I would love it even better if it was in an English accent.
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
But if you go somewhere else, then I think you lose the actual English.
Yeah.
So I don't know Dutch.
Herzlich willkommen und
I know,
viel
I was just
Spaß
going to
beim
see if you
Nähen,
wanted to. I
Quilten
like
und
the
Sticken.
Italian.
Yeah. But we had that conversation in the product demo. We were like, this would be even better if we could choose an accent for our voice.
Wouldn't that be
Wouldn't
fun?
that be fun?
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be an add-on.
Yes. Upgrade,
need a Lisa
upgrade
voice.
number 1. I'm already planning.
So I was embroidering my sleeves
Isn't this gorgeous?
in the hoop, and
So-
I was on the other side of the studio, and I heard it telling me to change my
Change
thread.
thread, so you knew it was ready.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was going to happen, so it really scared me.
Oh, I can-
Now I like it,
I
but
can
it freaked me out.
definitely. So that voice will tell you when to change color. If your bobbin is out, it'll
Yeah.
tell you to remove your hoop and replace your bobbin. It will tell you the steps for like the quilting procedures and things like that, and it will actually just say.
And if
what-
I saw some comments online, they're like, I don't want my machine talking to you. You
That's
just
okay,
saw
you
this
just turn
one
it on
button
or
to
off.
turn it off.
Absolutely.
On and off.
I think
Page
it's really
4.
neat. It might be something people
Yeah.
use for a little while and they do tackle
You know,
back
when
and
when
forth.
I'm embroidering, so I have these embroidery designs, they're almost 3 hours a piece. Now, they're not a lot of thread changes the way they were
Right.
digitized, even though it looks like it is. So you need to have coffee for like 60 minutes just to get all the greenery in. So if you're on the other side of your room,
Right.
playing, or maybe playing on a different machine, or playing on your serger, or something like
Then
that,
it tells
you'll
you
know,
it's time
hey,
to
by the way,
change.
your hour's up.
Yep, yeah, that's really great. And these are designs that will be included in the bundle
Yeah.
when you purchase.
4
So,
embroidery collections.
which are awesome.
And then also a master class. Everyone from the Luminaire, thank you for the feedback. They said we must have a master class. I was so thrilled to
Absolutely.
do that.
Customers have loved it.
Yeah, and
sure.
so that's going to be fun. And a thread pack.
Thread kit, designs, the master class.
The bags.
So it's all about you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all about this beautiful
But,
machine.
it is absolutely about the beautiful machine, but you have definitely contributed to the bundle and making the bundle phenomenal too. So.
And you don't have to put these on sleeves. They look great
No,
on
you
a
can use
table
them.
too.
You can use them anywhere, but it's just such a pretty thing.
You know
So
me. I love my visible tattoos.
I think that's beautiful. So
So they can
much
go
less
put a
painful.
deposit now in your
yes,
store.
please do. Absolutely, we are taking $1,000 deposits, and you can basically put your name on the list, and we'll call you as soon as we have a machine available for you. They are completely refundable. So if you say yes, 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 and then at some point you say, okay, the numbers aren't what I thought or whatever, no stress, there's no pressure. But if we have your name on the list, we will actually place the order for a machine for you. So
And you'll get one.
and you'll get one sooner rather than much later.
Yeah, they
So-
will make a really good Christmas present.
It'll be beautiful. It will be beautiful. So I'm very excited. They have packed a whole lot into this beautiful
beautiful.
machine. The hoop size, what is 11 5/8 by 18,
18.
is amazing.
And a quarter.
So, and a quarter. That's
Yeah,
right. I
don't
forgot the
forget the
quarter. I forgot the quarter. But never mind. But they've added the hoops and everything, so there's updated everything.
Yeah.
So come on in and we will tell you all about it. So thank you so
Sounds
much
good.
for joining me today. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Happy
Always
sewing,
a joy to
everyone.
see you. Bye, you guys.
So
Yay!
it is so cool. All of the lines that are projected. At first, it was a little overwhelming. Not gonna lie, it was like, oh, there's a lot of lines out there, but they all do something and mean something, and it's really easy to tell it to do what you want it to do. So, very, very cool for sure, and I'm very excited. So,
So,
yes,
what was
pick.
your favorite thing?
So you guys all know me. I'm much more of an embroiderer than I am a quilter or even just regular sewing or anything like that. So the editing tools on the projector, I just think that the ease of use of that really blew me away, and I wasn't expecting that, so it was a nice surprise. But when I actually saw the stitch regulator doing its thing, it was very easy. As soon as you plug it into the machine in the back, it goes automatically into that screen. So it knows what you've got plugged in. You plug it in, you get the screen.
Mail delivery.
Uh, Jeff's coming home, so he's pulling in the driveway, and they saw the car. So sorry about that. So yeah, the as soon as you plug that in, holy crow,
You're very excited.
they are. We were gone for a couple of days, so they were lonely. My gosh, I'm so sorry. So yeah, as soon as you plug it in, the screen comes up. You choose what mode you want. The basting stitch, I mean, I'm sure I read it, but it didn't really click, what it was going to do. And so you can baste, spray baste your projects and then literally baste the edges so you don't have to have all of the safety pins and everything on your whole project. And
Think
you
about
can,
how cool that basting would be to get our fabric and our stabilizer for embroidery stuck together.
oh, for sure. I mean, so many, and that was it. I was like, I would use that basting stitch, not for quilting necessarily, but for so many other things. And I was just like, wow, that's really great. And it can be up to like an inch big. I mean, you can make it super easy. And the guy that demoed that, we had like a little round robin
Round
thing of
robin.
demos. He talked about putting water soluble in your bobbin and your top thread so that you don't even have to worry about taking it out. Soon it'll disappear on its own when you wash. So,
So
Miss
Shirley,
Shirley.
yes.
So the way that they have done that, it's still the same bobbin, but they've completely changed, not completely, they've changed the little flipper, for lack of a better description. So it will fill out the bobbin. You still have the ability to adjust how much, but it does, and it's basically 10% more is what they're estimating is going to go on the bottom, which equals out to be about 15 feet ish, something like that. So
And I saw the lid has a little parking place for
it
your
does.
stylus.
It's got a new little home, so it's not rolling around or anywhere else. It's got a little sleeve to set the stylus in. I think that kind of probably came from we're going to be using it more. There's
Hmm.
so many more things to use it with. So
I also think the wireless mouse and the hover over the icon is a great feature.
it it was really that was unexpected. So they've gone to an Android screen, which is honestly what's delayed things because the changeover to that software system is what they have to make sure everything's flowing the same way. So that is kind of the steps that are still being finalized, if you will. Um, but when they showed that, you literally just hold the mouse over it and it says, settings, it says camera, it says projection, and it'll just come pop up on screen just like it does on your computer. So no more wondering which button does this. So very,
Right?
very cool.
It'll make it
Very
easy
cool.
for us for filming and when you're at home trying to remember the heck is that button? Or what is that stitch?
Yes, absolutely. So I don't know. I think we need to look into getting some mice and we'll put a special something on them. And I think we should give mice with our purchases.
I think so too. Maybe we can
So
have a cute SNL logo.
maybe. Or we could have a couple. We could have stitching with SNL and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. We'll come up with something, but I think we should put that on our list of things because it's such a small list that we have of things to do. We
Right.
should totally add that on. I think that would be um, a good thing
Awesome. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm
for
very
sure.
much looking forward to our baby lock tech trip
I
this
am too.
weekend.
Now that was fun to hear people asking about the baby lock. That was interesting. Um, but yeah, somebody said, "What are they going to do for 3 days?" And I was like, "Well, they're releasing another machine too." Oh, it was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what else Baby Lock is actually releasing and what's happening there too. So there's some other fun
Hi,
things to
Jeff.
come. He was mowing lawn.
He's gone.
So, yep. Going to hang up his headphones.
Ear protection is important.
It is absolutely makes mowing lawn much better when you have tunes in your ears instead of
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Great. That's awesome. I think I saw some of the designs. You don't know this yet, but we got a fancy package and it has a couple of stitch outs.
Oh, okay.
So we've got,
Ooh, I did see that one stitched.
yeah, it's gargantuan.
It is it's such a big hoop.
It's so big. And then this one is so cute. It's obviously done in
Okay.
multiple steps
Right,
because
right.
it's like
Right.
free
Yep.
standing lace. Isn't that
So
adorable?
it's a 3D fish. That is
It's a
really
3D
cool.
fish. And then there's a,
I'm
this
so
is a
sorry.
sample of one of
Excuse
those
me.
long stitch designs.
Ooh, I like that one.
And you can kind of see how big those stitches are on the back. It's neat. And then these are not stitched out, but they are some of the designs. I'm gonna try. There we go.
There you go.
So look at how cute that is.
Look how big it is.
And this is, I mean, here's a 12.5-inch ruler so you can see just how big it is. But isn't that
So
adorable? And
there
then a
is
new font.
so that is like your larger fonts.
Mm-hmm.
And they have updated, oh my gosh, super cute. They have also updated the standard font area in the editing and how that is edited. And there's what they're calling points, but basically you can range from like 10 to 50 or whatever the number was. I don't remember.
Yeah,
But instead of doing it by small,
inches.
medium, large,
Yeah,
you do these number of points. So you could have, different things be equal because everything
which
was,
is more like the Windows font. Like
exactly. It's
what you're
more
looking
it's
for.
more like that. But I want to say the one that she pulled up and again that round robin thing, it went up to like 4 inch, a little over 4 inches. So
Mm-hmm.
they've increased the size that you have the capability of stitching as well. Oh, how pretty.
Isn't that adorable? It's a quilting design, but it's like shaded in the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one has, it's like ice cream
I mean, ice
desserts.
cream.
Right.
Can't go wrong there.
No. But Tony and I were like, what are they kind of special mojo do they do to this stuff to make this so stinking flat? It's like there's not a
Not a
wrinkle anywhere. That's the back. But how adorable is that?
that is absolutely
Elephants
darling.
are good luck.
Yes, yes, they are. And there are special art spira designs. So when you purchase the Avenir and you register it in Art Spira, you get bonus designs. It'll be like at the bottom of your page. Um, and you can choose those different pieces. And they showed us those. I actually have some pictures of that, but I didn't get them loaded, sorry. Um, but they had, of course, lots of stitch outs and things. And there was a stunning dress that Angela had made in that showroom where we did the round robin thing. It was absolutely stunning, which are again available with the bundle. So
That's nice. Marge says the stitch time must be forever on those large designs. It's all right. The machine's doing all the work.
absolutely. And it'll tell you when you need to change threads. So
That's right.
you can
You
go
could
do whatever
learn
else you want.
German,
Or many other things.
right?
So
We do
so
have some information about the bundle. We have the luggage set, the Angela Wolf Masterclass, the design collections, a thread set, and then BES Silver software. That is all packaged in the Brother bundle.
Yes. So they didn't have anything extra there, so I didn't get to see the bag set or any, they don't have that out. But all of the Brother staff in the showroom had on these really cute jackets. They have like it reminded me of Epcot. It was like the world with the lines.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Mickey head like that. So the ears have the lines, and then the head itself, they all had that. It was really pretty. They had done it in a variegated thread. So, the designs are definitely a lot of fun. And the bundle, I think it's got a lot of nice things. So the threads will, of course, give you some new variations on what you might have in your stash. Not that we don't have stashes, because we all have stashes, but give you some nice color options to stitch out the things that are included. So, yeah,
Yeah, that'll be really fun. And I'm sure, like, if you and I want one of these machines, we're going to be waiting until next year because we'll
maybe.
have to play on the floor model so everybody else can get theirs.
Well, fortunately for us, we both have a key to the shop, so
Yeah,
anytime
we're going to be
we want
spending our
it,
downtime.
as soon as we have a floor model, we can stitch on it whenever we want. But I don't know exactly when that will be. So they are looking at a late November for the first shipment, is what we're looking at right now, just to keep everybody um, in the same mental space of when this is all going to happen.
It's
So
not tomorrow.
it is not going to be tomorrow. We can certainly talk about all of the details of the machine and the specifics. We are allowed to do that live now, obviously. So we can continue to talk about that over the phone and things now, which we weren't able to give out as much information prior to. So if you have some specific questions that weren't raised in the comments, we certainly are more than happy to cover those things too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a little while. We
yeah,
don't have baby lock details, but it would make sense that it would be in the same timeline.
that would be my expectation. I can't believe they're going to give baby lock machines before they have their own. So it would be my guesstimate, but we'll find that out at the end
In
of
a
this
couple
week.
days.
Yeah, a couple more
Yeah.
days. Is there a price
Not that we
point?
can talk about.
Yeah, so the MSRP is probably going to be somewhere around that $25,000 range. I actually haven't seen Brothers MSRP, but I don't imagine it's much different. So 24 and a half to 25,000. That is the only number that we're allowed to put out. So we are more than happy to discuss numbers with you, Carol. Just give us a buzz. So
Yes, but we are not allowed to talk details.
no, it's not a online machine, so therefore it
Right.
has its own set of rules. So we
Right.
can talk about the machine and we can tell you what the MSRP is, but
Right.
unfortunately that's still a no-no. So,
Right.
but we're more than happy to give you any of that over the phone, or if you want to pop in. Absolutely.
Right. But it does give everybody time to start hoarding their pennies.
Absolutely. And you can put a deposit on it, which is again completely refundable. So if you think, yes, I want to be put on the list to make sure that when one does come in, and it's the guesstimate, we'll get probably 3 or so at a time, something in that range. And they'll trickle in, and then we'll at some point get everything that we ordered. But it's just a matter of, I don't know, I think they said something like 2,000 are coming in on that first shipment, and then they'll have another 1,000 coming in shortly after, a couple weeks after that. So it's just a matter of the runs and how quickly they can put them out and get them on a ship. So, but yeah, that the software update is really what's all of the hardware and everything is ready. It's the software that's
Yeah.
being finalized. There are no bugs. they made that very clear. It's not they're trying to fix an oops or anything like that. There are no bugs in the system. It's just a matter of getting the software all programmed and doing everything. How
Yeah,
it's
if they
kind of,
changed over the
it's
system,
into
then it makes
Android.
sense that
Yep.
it's like me trying to help you with your phone. I don't
Exactly.
know where that button is.
Right. So,
I
I mean, I
speak
have
Apple.
I have an iPad, but there's still only so much you can, uh, go from one to the other. But it's, the screen does look a little bit different because,
Hmm.
it's an Android based screen, but it's still touch screen. It's still, all of those things. The stylus, the fine tip stylus that's on the end of the light clicking stylus. So the opposite end, it's a fine tip now on that instead of the larger tip. It looks very, very similar to the one that we have for the Luminaire that came out that's like just the regular pen size, but the tip is a little bit smaller. So, and it's got a little screw top on there to keep it protected.
Well, and maybe now that we can use a wireless mouse, we can use a mouse that has a little bit more
Sensitivity.
sensitivity. So we
Yeah.
might be able to get that.
Well, one of the reasons I don't usually leave my mouse plugged in unless I was doing something like Design Center or something it's like I said in the video, I was constantly knocking things off my cabinet from the cord being in my way. So I think that's really great. I mean, for that matter, you can put your mouse right up on the bed of the machine and use it. You
Right.
don't even, you don't have to have cabinet space to do that. So I think that mouse will become much more playable
Used.
and it's going to be used a lot more than it is currently because of no cord, so much easier.
Yeah, that
And
makes
if we
sense.
make and if we make one look really cool, why wouldn't you want it?
Right? Right?
So
Skins.
it's all about that. Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny.
So sorry, excuse me.
Well,
Got that nice throat tickle from staying in a hotel,
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff had it freezing for you?
I might have got up in the middle of the night and changed the temperature. Maybe.
Tony's been wondering if we're going to have thermostat wars. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Yeah, I need to buy stock in. Oh my God, really? Jeff put us up on the big TV, so I'm up there now and as
Hi.
well as here. So it's kind of creepy to be perfectly honest, because there's a delay. So it's very odd. But I totally forgot what I was going to say because that creeped me out.
You're going to say buy stock in.
Oh, buy stock in Thermacare. I'll just wear a heat wrap all winter.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
It's supposed to be like 95 degrees in St. Louis this weekend.
Oh my Lord. I'll take sweats for my pajamas.
Well, it definitely will not be 95 in the hotel for sure.
No, but I'm guessing you'll probably want it a little colder than I generally would.
I'm fine.
I can sleep in sweats. It would not be the first time, let me tell you.
We were
No
having the
worries at all.
discussion about how much you can put on and how much I can take off today.
Without being very awkward for both of us. Yeah.
I'll be like, don't wear your contacts, Lisa. Nothing to see here.
Well, so I actually have a video for Tony too. They had a machine and it had a clear cover on it, like our serger cover.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of us were like, can we get one of those to put on our floor model? Because that would be really, really cool.
Mhm.
And they're like, okay, we'll look into that. I've been asked that by multiple people. So that would be really cool.
The
But
first thing when Tony saw that, I'm not doing that.
so I did take a video. There was like one of our round robins was the
Yeah.
maintenance department. And he talked about the different things. So I brought Tony a present. It's a whole whopping video. He's gonna be so excited.
He'll be so excited.
He'll be so excited. So
He will be.
they have done a lot. It's even quieter than the Luminaire.
Mm.
They have changed the number of rods that are in in the embroidery arm to make sure that that is supported. That little table that's in the back, it's not as little as it looked in the picture. It's actually pretty beefy.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done a lot to make sure that everything's going to be like they wanted.
Yeah.
They've added some systems up top, but for the most part, it's still the same. But obviously, the projector is different. They've moved it off to the side a little bit instead of being right above the needle. They've moved it to the left, so it's at the left edge, which is what enabled them to make it bigger because they had space for it to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. They didn't specifically say that. I might be making that up, but it
It
sound
sounds
it.
good.
They said they moved it left. That made sense
Right.
where it would make it. And I don't know if you saw in any of the pictures, you could see the shadow of the foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the actual lighting is to the left of the foot, so there was a shadow of the foot there. But the lines, because of that 5x8 projection field, the lines on everything from sewing fields and embroidery, it's just so much bigger,
Yeah.
makes them so much easier to use, and there's so much. I mean, I love my projector now, but this one was like, wow, that line is like you can fit a whole half square triangle and actually see the line through the whole thing to make,
Right.
it's not like you're aiming, you can actually see through the whole thing. And in addition, the line goes like 2 inches behind the needle
Behind. Yeah.
so that you can make sure you stay straight. So, I mean, it's very, very well done. They did a really nice job.
So let's recap some of the cool things about this that are different than a luminaire. So on the surface, we have a bigger hoop. So we have a maximum of 11 and 5/8 by 18 and
In
a
a quarter.
quarter instead
Don't
of
forget the
10 and
quarter.
5/8 by 16. In order to accommodate that, the machine got bigger. So now we're at
14.1
14.1
throat.
from the needle to the back of the machine, which is huge.
Yeah.
We will have, I think they said 5 extra quilting designs in the edge to edge. I think there's more than 5, less than 8 new fills. We have another border. Is that correct? Another like quilting border?
They didn't talk about that, so I can't confirm that unless I compared the spec sheet from one to the other. I'm sorry, that one I don't know. But they increased the number of fonts, what you can do with the fonts. That
I've never seen that happen before.
was new. That was creepy. Okay.
Where?
Um, I'm watching
Apparently,
myself on the TV. It's very, very
it
odd.
didn't work for me.
I think it's an iPad thing
That was
because
funny.
I'm on my iPad, so that would be
Ah,
my guess is it's something to do with that. But
well, we gave ourselves one more thumbs up. We should try that a couple more times.
let's just keep going. Um,
Are you
Long
there?
stitch designs.
Oh, it might be too much with you on your TV.
Did I
All right,
freeze?
so yeah,
How about I leave on my computer? That's one less. I don't know if that'll make any difference, but
okay. So long stitch.
yeah, so they increased the long stitch, they increased the Disney, they increased the standard embroidery designs. So just the number of designs and things that are in there. Of course, sewing stitches increased, all of the, just the raw numbers are higher. But actual the in total new system of the ISR, you're intelligent. It's not just a stitch regulator, it's an intelligent stitch regulator. The picture play is completely new. It's got its own button. So when we had talked before, we thought it was going to be part of the design center. It's a separate button on screen. It's right next to the design center button, but it's a separate button. So, in all of the they call them styles. I think filters is just as good of a
Right.
explanation of what it's doing there. So yeah, I mean, they have added so much, increased the bobbin capacity. The voice is again your choice. You don't have to do that if it creeps you out, but by all means, certainly a really cool thing.
Yeah, and the projected image has things like the grid, different angles, and then what 18 different color choices as the
16 or
projected
18.
image, or
Yeah,
16,
16.
18.
I think it's 16, but yeah,
Okay.
that you can change. So you have your background image. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you're previewing things before you get to maybe having your fabric already in the hoop, when you're just editing, you can actually change the color that's the background there.
Right.
But the editing power within that, within the buttonhole, within your embroidery editing, let's see if I can find anything to make that make sense.
The buttonhole was really cool. I saw a video that you can do vertical and horizontal buttonholes. There's a button that you can change between,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
which was really cool. I saw someone asking that online and then saw a video of that today. Let's see. You
So
can put the guideline so that the edge of your fabric, and that's adjustable. So if you
yes,
want
you
an
can slide,
inch,
are you making a child shirt or are you making an adult shirt? How big is that placket going to be,
mm-hmm,
and where you need the edge of the fabric versus where the buttonhole actually is.
right.
Um, yeah,
That's really
they
cool because that's the hardest part, is getting everything lined up
lined
perfect.
up. Yes. And
Right.
it's always been confusing. Is it going to sew backwards? Is it going to,
Right.
which direction is that going to be? And the measurements, if you're in horizontal, is from the center of the first one to the center of the next one to the center of the next one. So if you're going in a horizontal, and you tell it the distance, you're literally from the center of your buttonhole. If you are in vertical, it's going to go from the distance between the two. So the dogs are having a good time again. So this is, I don't know if that's going to even begin to come across at all.
Yep.
But there's the different styles. Um, I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Mm-hmm.
So depending upon what you're choosing, um, is going to depend on the colors that it spits out, the format that it's going to spit out. So Connie was asking, what is the purpose of picture play? That is going to take an actual photograph that you choose. Maybe it's your cute new puppy, or maybe it's, it doesn't matter. New grandbaby. It doesn't matter. And you can do traditional where it doesn't have a filter on it, so it's not doing anything. It's just the picture. Or you can put through one of these filters, which gives it, a stained glass look, or, whatever that happens, you choose. And you
Right.
can see kind of, as you're scrolling through there, you can see the different choices. And it is not the same as our software, and it is not the same as the AI in Artspira.
So it's a little bit different.
It is.
Mm-hmm. It's basically a creative way of changing the look of a photograph.
Nope. Just can't do it. So yeah, it is taking your photograph and turning it into stitches.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can do a person, a place, a thing, anything.
So yep, absolutely. So you can change I think the default is 15 color stops, but you can lower that down if you choose to.
Background too, couldn't you?
You can eliminate the background of your photo. Good job, Jeff. See, he was paying attention. So it definitely had a lot of power, and it did a pretty good job. I was definitely I don't know that I would stitch some of the filters personally. It depends on which is why they have so many different options, because
Mhm.
we all like a little different something, right? So
Well, that sounds
almost
really cool.
almost dropped my iPad there. Sorry for the little dip. So oops.
All right. Well, can you think of anything else?
Well, I'm sure there's more, but no, not off the
All right.
top of my head. So
So
all
Lisa will be
right,
back at the shop tomorrow,
I will be there. So
and we'll be here tomorrow and Friday, and then we're off to Baby Lock Tech, and we should be able to go live
we should
at
be
some point.
live on that
Yes.
Wednesday. So for next week, we should be back in store unless something happens with our flight, in which case we'll figure
We'll be
something out.
live from the airport.
We'll be live from the airport. So, but yeah, so
Okay.
very cool. Yeah. So thanks for joining us today, and the questions that you asked. And like we were saying with Carol, if you've got some specific questions either on numbers or just something else, just give us a buzz or pop in
Mhm.
where we can give it all to you now. So
Yes.
yeah,
All right.
great.
Bye.
Bye guys.